Hello everyone, today I make basic sourdough bread and I made it into a batard. It is up, look beautiful and tastes better. Please come to the kitchen with me. Welcome to SaigoncookTravel. I am Saigoncook. Here I share with you everything I know, so please like, share my videos and subscribe. Thank you. So I have a starter left over from last bag. Now I added into it 50 grams of water and 50 grams of bread flour. First I mix the water in first, stir thoroughly, and then I add the flour. So this way, when it's rising up, I will have 100 grams of starter to make my bread, and I have some left over for the next bag. So I cover and wait until it doubles in size. In my kitchen and my environment, it takes about 4 hours. Now I mix my dough. I use 320 grams of water, 100 grams of starter, and 500 grams of bread flour. I just use normal bread flour I purchased from the store. So now you can see the starter risen up, and now I mix the starter into the water very well before I added flour. At this point you can add salt. If I do, I add 6 grams up to 20 grams. Depends on who I give the bread to. If I do for my husband, I won't add salt because he doesn't eat salt. So you can use your hand, or I use chopstick here, or you have a dough hook to mix the dough. You don't need to knead anything. You just mix it thoroughly and then cover and let it rest for 10 minutes. Now after 10 minutes, I do the first stretch and fold. At this first stretch and fold, you don't need to do too hard so that you can tear it up. You can see I do stretch but not too much, and I go around until I'm done every corner, and that's it. I will cover and let it rest for 30 minutes before the second stretch and fold. After 10 minutes of resting, the dough look smoother than when it started. You can see when your starter is right, it behaves this way. Now I cover up and let it rest for 30 minutes, and now after 30 minutes, it's second stretch and fold. You can see now I can stretch longer than I did last time at the first stretch and fold. Again, you do exactly the same way you stretch as much as you can without breaking it. And you go around until you've done every piece of it. So I cover and let it rest for 30 minutes again until the third stretch and fold. So at this third stretch and fold, I like to put it on the counter, and then I make a rectangular shape of the dough because I want to stretch it as much as I can to build the gluten, so that when I bake, the bread will be risen up more. Okay, so I have a rectangular now, and I grab the edge and bring back to the middle like so until I'm done every corner, and I will make it into the bowl. See, I make it into the bowl and I put back into the container, cover and let it rest. And do the fermentation until it double in size. It takes about 3.5 hours up to 4 hours. It depends on the temperature of your house. So my dough is almost double in size. Now I do the Preshape. You can see with my wet hands, I go around and loosen the edge. So that it helps me easy to handle. But for the sourdough, one good thing about if you turn it on the counter like so, it will fall onto the counter by itself. You can see now my dough's pulling apart, gradually fall on the counter. When it's done, I will show you my container for you to see that very clean container without having any dough left on it. You can see it now, it falls up until the other edge. You see, when you look like this, it's for me personally, it looks wonderful, and I like to see it doing this thing. Now it's almost done. You can see, still have a little dough on this side, and this done. And when it's done, I'll show you how to do the Preshape. It's almost there. Bear with me. All right. Now you can see my container. No dough left behind. Now I have a blob on the counter, so I wet my hand and I use the dough scraper to help me to bring on side onto into the center. You can see the dough behaves very well. When I bring up on the corner, and it stays there very nicely. Now I form the ball already now, so I will flip it upside down to get the smooth side down so that I can make a round ball right now. You see, you just go around and pressing the bottom onto the counter. It tightens the dough by itself like so. There, I think I'm happy with it. Now you can cover it.
You're on.
Or you can leave it. I leave it for 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, I came back and then divide the dough into 2 loaves. I want one big and one small. And I sprinkle the flowers on top of the dough.
That's a nice tool, huh? You like it?
And I will flip it over to shape it. So I like to stretch it a little bit before I roll them. So I go one first, down like so.
Professional.
And then 2 sides up together. And then there is flap there. I bring on over to cover it.
That's how you get the ear, huh?
Try to. Okay.
Now from there, I roll into a log
You see my
like
brownie?
this.
I can see everything.
Okay.
You roll and tuck. You can stretch the dough to cover the 2 ends. So it's the bread when back later, it have a neat edge, the neat ends. It don't have spiral. Look. And
Stop for 1 minute.
that's it. Bring to the button upside down, and then you can stitch more so that the dough have tightened at the bottom. After I'm done with stitching, I will sprinkle some flour and place the dough with Benetton into the press. You can cover the
Beautiful.
dough or you just leave like this. Sometimes I cover,
Sprinkle
sometimes I don't. But I don't see any difference affected to it.
Cover with this.
So
and
sometimes I
throw into the
cover,
fridge.
sometimes I don't. Now this
Done?
dough
Okay,
is
you're on.
ready for the fridge for its retard until tomorrow. It's in the fridge. It can be 12 hours or sometimes I left because I don't have time to bake. I left it there for 2-3 days and it's okay. Now I shape the small loaf. When you put it in the panettone, you sprinkle the flour so that it doesn't stick. Again, I stitch the dough a little bit like so that it tighten more. And that's it. You can sprinkle some flour and into the fridge.
Done.
Now, the day after, before I bake, I preheat the oven to 465 degrees Fahrenheit. It depends on your oven. Normally, I would like to preheat it to
Okay.
475 degrees, so that the time I open it
Hold on.
to put the dough in and out, the temperature will drop, and I want it drop to 450 degrees. That's the temperature I bake my bread.
Potato starch, huh?
So I let the oven preheat it with the Dutch oven inside.
Does that give it flavor?
When it's about
I
time,
don't have
I bring the dough out
Now you come here.
and
Closer.
sprinkle the rice flour
You don't have a
or
holder for that?
potato
I
starch
have, but I want to use
on
this.
top of the dough, and I slash
I
the
hate to see
dough
you holding that. without
before it
gloves on.
goes
Okay.
into
Let me see
the
one.
Dutch oven.
That's the
Stop
li-
now.
Okay.
You can see when I sprinkled the flowers yesterday, today the dough didn't stick to the basket. Now I remove the excess
Potato
flour
starch.
before I put, like I say, sometimes I put rice flour, sometimes I put potato starch. And then you score your dough from end to end.
Good job, honey.
Okay. Now let me
And that's
stop
it.
now.
Stop? Okay.
My
it's
dough
on.
go into the Dutch oven and first bake with the lid on for 20 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And after 20 minutes is up, I lower the heat to 375 degrees. With the lid off, I bake 20 minutes more. You can see now I don't have the small oven for my small loaves, so I improvise my skillet, cast iron skillet, and a pot
Okay.
to cover on top to bake my small loaves. You can see it will bake nicely. You can, because of the setup,
Okay.
just like the large baking oven.
Done.
Now for the second bake, 375 degrees, and I bake it for 20 minutes also. Voila! You can see the ears is up. It's so beautiful, and it's look fabulous. I love it. Now I press it for you to see. Crispy crust. I love the ear. Now let me cut it up for you to see the crumb inside. You can see this, the crumb is so nice, soft and chewy at the same time, and with many holes. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you like it. Please come back for other videos. Bye bye.